No Prince George roads made the list for the top 10 worst roads of the province this year. But in 2011, Ospika Boulevard was number 1. And in 2012, 4 Prince George roads made the top 10. The battle continues between this facility behind me and area residents. The residents are hoping to challenge the official community plan in court and stop the progress. All hands on deck here at Gladstone Elementary as work is ongoing to get prepared for the 250 kids that will arrive here on Monday morning. The park management plans to bring in a water truck as a temporary solution as work continues on the water line. Zameer Karim, CKPG News. According to the supporters of the Pine Valley Golf Course, it only cost the city about $4,000 last year to run the course. But when there was a driving range here, it was generating about $90,000 in profit, which has now been replaced by a car lot. It's a beautiful day at Tabor Mountain just east of Prince George. Spring breakers are just wrapping up their first week of their now 2-week spring break. What better way to spend a day than flying down the side of a mountain?
It's been unreal. Best for this week here in the spring. It's been the nicest spring skiing we've ever seen here, and in the last 8 years for sure.
With as wonky as the weather has been in the city, the timing has been perfect for Tabor.
Spring break it's been good. With the amount of snow we've been getting, people have been coming out, and like yesterday it rained in town, and out here it was snowing. We got 8 inches of fresh snow, and we've just been getting slammed every day. It's been snowing. It's unreal.
The conditions of the local mountains have been so great, it warranted an appearance from gold medal Olympian Ashley McIver, who dropped in for a few runs.
It's been amazing. Great people for sure. I've definitely received a very warm welcome. We were up at Bear Paw heli skiing, which, I mean, there's nothing better than heli skiing for a skier. And we had amazing conditions. I think it had snowed 120 centimeters since the last time they'd been back in there.
The consensus is this has been one of the best ski seasons on recent past, especially with just over a week left in the season. Kids are also saying that they'd much rather be here than sitting in class.
It's been killing it, bro. Tons of snow. Had some bad days, but mostly been good.
It's awesome. I'd rather be here than in my classroom. I really would.
How often do you ski?
I come here almost every day.
There's only one more week of great conditions left at Tabor. The last day of operation is March 31st. Zameer Karim, CKPG News. The cost of playing sports in Prince George will be going up, but for some organizations, the cost will be going up sooner than later. As part of the city's core review, organizations like PG Minor Hockey, the Figure Skating Club, and others will see an increase in the cost of ice time jump 5% this fall. But the increase could have been much higher.
We're glad it wasn't 15 or 10% at all. 5%, we can handle that, pass that on to our register to the players. We have to pass that cost on to the players. Just like every year, we've had a 3.5% increase for the last 2 years.
Council was originally mulling over a 15% increase, which was called for in the core review for ice arenas, but settled on 5%. Some councillors say the cost of arenas in Prince George is too low.
When you take a look at, for example, arena ice hockey, and you have people come to Prince George and they say, my God, your rates are low.
The original increase in ice costs was 3.5%, which will now jump to 5%. Ice arenas aren't alone in the increase. Sports fields will also have a significant cost increase in their price to rent. 16 user groups, including minor football and youth soccer, only pay $10 annually to rent fields, which will be jumping to $1,000 a year. The new rate won't go into effect until April 2015.
$10 was ludicrously low. Everybody that I've spoken to agrees that just had to change. And $1,000 is not a big number when you consider the number of players that are playing over that season. It comes down to pennies per player.
The difficulty for players, and it's mostly for the parents, is going to be the fee increase. Like if minor football has to pay a higher fees for the fields, then obviously it's going to come down. They have to raise their costs per player to play.
With 18 months to implement the increase, it will give minor football a chance to lessen its impact.
I think what it'll do is it'll help people with their annual budgets prepare better for it. So, I mean, I think if it was an immediate increase, I think then you're going to have an outcry from the communities. But I think if they have a year and a half to prepare for it, I think they'll be okay.
The consensus seems with the rate increase for user groups, many are saying it could have been worse. Zameer Karim, CKPG News.